after his appearance here in Chicago, the former president will fly to Pennsylvania. It will be the first time the Republican nominee has been back in the state since the attempt on his life 2.5 weeks ago. That assassination attempt, which did kill one attendee and seriously wounded two others, it took place outdoors. Today's rally will be indoors and under a very different security setup. NewsNation's Joe Khalil is live for us in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Joe, this won't be his first speech at this particular venue, but considering everything that's happened, things will be quite different this time around.
That's exactly right. And that feeling, Nichole, is felt among everybody here. I can tell you, we've been talking to some supporters and folks behind us, asking them how significant it is. They say this is top of mind, that this is not just another trip to a very important and crucial swing state, but the first one back since the attempt on Donald Trump's life. To them is incredibly more significant. This event has more weight because it's almost one of defiance from the former president, not just an important state where he needs votes, but it's a symbol saying that his campaign and himself, they are not going to be held back in any way by the attempt on his life. You made a really good point, which is that this is now an indoor event. This is not going to be outdoors, so security a little bit simpler, although it's never simple, but inside the New Holland Arena, much more secure place than a big outdoor field. What's not different, though, about today is the crowd and the enthusiasm themselves. You can see over here, you got the merch tents, which is a staple at all of the Trump rallies and events that we've covered before. You've got this crowd. Now, considering that Donald Trump is likely not going to take the stage until after 6 p.m. Eastern time, so more than 6 hours from now, this crowd is pretty big. And again, you might not see as many people had it not been for that assassination attempt in Butler. People here have told me that that has fired up his supporters in a way that they haven't been before. So a lot of support here, Nichole, as you can imagine. We talked about the other important piece of Pennsylvania, which is that it is a battleground state, and it's going to be tough for either side to win and to campaign. Take a look at the most recent polling that we have here, our partners at Decision Desk, polling the state showing that Donald Trump has about a 2-point lead right now over Kamala Harris. Now, there have been a round of new polls since she entered the race. It's only been a week or so ago, and she has actually gained quite a bit of momentum and closed the gap. However, the former president still with a small lead here, so we'll see whether these kinds of events moves the needle at all in the days and weeks ahead.
Yeah, and Joe, just really quickly, remind us again when that rally is expected to start, because I do see, that's a pretty large crowd behind you.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing, right? Rally starts at 4, but at 6 o'clock or after that is when we expect Donald Trump to actually take the stage. A lot of these people have been here since the wee hours of the morning. One man told me he was here since 4. Another one told me that there were people here after midnight lining up. So they got a ways to go. You'd be forgiven if you showed up 2 or 3 hours from now to try to see the former president. But this is not a small crowd by any means here. He continues to generate a lot of enthusiasm, as he's known to have been since 2016 up until now. These crowds certainly are enthusiastic supporters of the former president.
Yeah, we'll certainly see what happens. All right, Joe Khalil live for us there in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.